Hi everyone. Today we'll discuss Dunning-Kruger effort in math class. You see, this is taken x-axis, horizontal line is x-axis, it is knowledge or competence or experience, and the time or the time. Time is there for everything. Then vertical line is considered as confident. Whenever anybody learns a new technique, the confidence is too high at the peak. In other words, at the peak. Then after learning, when they come to know the difference, they have learned a little bit. They require a lot of things. It goes down. Then then comes, you see, it goes down, valley of despair. Then slope of enlightenment. That means they are growing, learning. Then it comes, they become the expert. Now, expert. So, confidence is directly proportional to time. As you invest the time for learning the skills, then you will become more confident. You see, low to high confidence, not knowing to grow. You are expert. In other words, you are expert. Always there is a gap. So there is a saying, you see, there is fool's paradise. Everything is possible, everything is like that. Always there is a gap between the expert and the ignorant. Ignorant is at the high, you see, they are at. So, why we are learning Dunning-Kruger effort? You see, there are four stages. Is there? Stage 1, they are at the peak, are overconfident, valley of despair. Despair means understanding or increasing confidence. Then slope of improvement, that means they are learning the skill, gradually gaining the confidence. Then they become the high skill person. Okay, these are the four stages. In simply way, if we want to say in simply way, in the beginning they are overconfident, I know it all attitude. Then second stage, confusion is this. It is tough, but they know something. They are confused. Then the space of practice comes. Now, know to get the things. Then comes the mastery. In the math, the same thing. The students are overconfident. Some students are overconfident. That you have to see and minimize them. That's the things we will be discussing in our math class. That's the ignorant to cultured one to expert. This is the thing. Now we'll take one math topic and we'll discuss this effort in our class. Dunning Kruger effort. Dunning or Dunning. So the first stage, the state 1 is, suppose state 1 is what? Confusion state. Confusion state means what? They don't know much. So every graph is they think every graph is a function. So now these are the few example. These are the few example. They draw the line. They draw the vertical line test. Vertical line test. It is a function. It is a function. It is a function. Function. Now here you see it is cutting at two places. So it is not a function. So it is not a function. So this is not a function. You see here also it cuts at two places. Not a function. Not a function. So the students are not aware. Just they say if you draw the vertical line it cuts. It should cut only once. If it is cutting more than one, it is not a function. That's the that the second stage comes the getting stuck. You see the second stage. What is the second stage? Say confusion. You see here confusion, state of confusion. The second part is confusion. It is tough. It is tough. The second part is tough. For example, they are learning. You see, if we go for inverse of a function, they are simple. Linear function is there, they are able to find. Inverse is, suppose the function is a quadratic, then they face the difficulty. Then we need, as a teacher, we need to help them, and we have to say the same thing, x plus 2 you should equal to y for all the time. Then isolate x, you have to say isolate x, rooting both the side, gone. Then f inverse of x equal to square root of x minus 2. Like that they need to do. We have to explain. Here they are stuck. Stage 2 is the stucking or getting confusion. Then comes the third part, practice part. They have to practice to get to become the mastery. So the third state is the practice part. Learn to restrict. So therefore, so practice part, what they are doing is they know the functions are there, function, but they what are some restrictions are there to be. So this they are learning the restriction. That means at 0 the function is not defined. This function at 2 it is not defined. For other values it defined, it works. Then comes the large phase. Large phase is the mastery phase. See here, it is the mastery phase. Last phase is the mastery phase. Mastery. I know, but still learning. Nobody is perfect in this world. So we are still learning. As a teacher also we are learning. Explain why restriction is important. This is the state force. Without restriction, suppose to find the inverse of a function, basically the function should be 1 to 1 and onto. If it is any one condition is not satisfied, we can't find the inverse. So here it is a quadratic function, y equal to x square is there. To find the function, we have to restrict the given function. That means x is greater than 0. That means on the number line, this is 0, 1, 2, all the values. That means all the positive values, no negative values, no negative values, no negative values. So the function, our function is not defined. This is the whole interval. For the function it is whole interval. But if you want to go for, if you want to find the inverse of a function, your function should be 1 to 1 and onto. That means it is a big in the set theory. If you want to speak in the set has all the positive and negative number, but our restriction is only the positive rational, real numbers. Okay, so it is, we are taking the subset of it, a part of the set. Then it should be onto in that set. That means here is our set. In this set, the function is positive. Positive, the functions, the values is positive because square root is coming. So it is should not be imaginary. So to that, for that, from the big function, we are taking one part of it and we are proving it is 1, 1 and R2. The function, the complete function is the function. But if you want to find the inverse, this should be the restrictions needed. These are the restrictions needed. That's it. So this is the four stages from unknown to known. The first stage, every function, it is very easy. It is the thing. Then when the second stage comes, it is a confusion stage. When the stage 3 comes, they are learning and they are learning the restriction. When the function is there, not. When the restrict 4, they have the mastery. They know when the restriction is required, when it is required. The complete function can be inversible or the function is inverse. The function will be inversible under this condition or restrictions. That's it. 4 stages are there. That the 4 stages our students will be there. First, overconfidence and I know, I got it. Then after doing some problem, they get confused. Then after that, they need practice. This is a math class. They need practice. Then they become the master. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe my channel and share with your friends.